I'm Shannon Kahermanes the person. You're watching Shannon Kahermanes the show on Shannon Kahermanes the channel. So yeah, this is a talk show that I'm doing because I always wanted to do one, and I don't know. Just lately, I just kind of was watching the Joel McHale show. I'm just pulling up my bra straps, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this myself. So yeah, welcome. I hope you guys like it. I know I don't have like a huge following or anything, but I love all of you. I love, I think I have 60 something subscribers. I don't try to get caught up in the numbers, even though it is kind of a numbers game right now. But I love all of you. I'm so happy. I'm happy with the group of you guys more than if I had millions and millions of subscribers. So, and I'm happy for it to grow too, because that's nice. But, I just want to meet good people, and I feel like I'm doing that. And that little minion in the background is just he partied a little too hard, I think, and he's just face down. So I'm just gonna leave him like that because I'm doing a vlog on what it's taking me to film, and it's been over an hour that I've been preparing to film this video, and I did film another video too. So yeah, welcome to the show. So what I want to do with this show, I want to talk about what's going on on TV and on YouTube, and a little bit of the news and that, and have this off camera. Sometimes my background is messy. That's just how life is. You'll see different things in there because this I actually use as a desk, and I sit here quite often. So yeah, that's life. But yeah, I want to talk about TV and YouTube and the new some news. I'm not gonna do heavy news, but I'll try to talk about the weather in New Jersey, or things that are relevant to my life. Yeah, that's the only news I have this week, is that the weather in New Jersey, it was the first day of spring, and we had the biggest snowstorm that we've had all year. So that's pretty funny. That it was we've had 3 nor'easters, and those have all been pretty bad, and they were one weekend after another, and then all of a sudden it's happy first day of spring, you're getting snow, and I feel it's always like that here. So it's just really funny. I remember my junior year of high school, we had prom on March, and we were all it's gonna snow, and some people have never seen snow, and that's awesome too, but I'm happy that I have snow, but at the same time I'm it's spring, but it's still winter here. So that's the Shannon calendar for you. Usually, I'll think of February as spring, because a lot of times it's a little bit nicer in February than it is the rest of the winter, but not this year. So, well, this week I watched The Voice, and I don't usually watch I don't like a lot of reality competition shows, but there's really nothing on Mondays. And I dislike Ryan Seacrest so much. This is the first and last time I'll probably ever talk about American Idol on my channel, just because I don't like Ryan Seacrest. And, we don't have to get into why. If you like him, that's fine, but I just never liked the guy, so I figured the best way to, show that I don't like Ryan Seacrest is to watch his competition, which is The Voice, which is, the same show, but, it's a better format, I think. I know there have been more successful people from American Idol than The Voice, but I think The Voice has a more exciting format, but I did not understand the format at all when I was watching this week. So I know about the blind auditions. Basically, there are four people, what are they? I guess coaches is what they call them. And they're famous singers. There's Kelly Clarkson, Adam Levine, who else is on this season? Alicia Keys and Blake Shelton. And they all they do blind auditions, so they won't see you when you're singing, and that I think is really good, because Simon Cowell used to always say, oh no, you don't have the look to do this, you're never getting anywhere. And here they're showing the look doesn't matter, it's the voice that matters. So I think that's pretty cool that they do the blind auditions like that. But then they turn around in their chair and they say, yes, I want you on my team, you gotta be on my team for this reason. But I did not know what happened after that. So after that, they do battles where they'll go against each, the team, the captains of the team, the coaches. Kelly Clarkson will have somebody from her team versus somebody else from her team, and they try to pick people that are good matches for each other, but they do a duet. And one of the coaches picks the person from the duet, And like I didn't know like what was going on at all. So I'm like, I'm just enjoying this duet, and then they're like, okay, one of you has to go home or somebody else can steal you. And I was like, what? They're both so good. So like I would not want to be like a coach on that show. I know I'm like so talented, and like, you know, my singing is just so beautiful that of course I would be a coach on that show. But I don't think I could do it because I think it's mean and everybody's so talented and I don't think I could pick. I know they're not as talented as me because I'm a great singer. This is me doing a joke. But yeah, I thought that was I thought that was like funny that like I never knew what happened after like the blind auditions, and I had to text my friend that I know watches the show. And yeah, so I'm only watching it on Mondays, even though they have it on like 3 nights a week, because they have it on for 2 hours on Monday, and like then they have it on 2 hours for the rest of the week too, and I'm like, this is just too much. I like it like the day that it's on because then Good Girls is on after, and I love Good Girls. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. Other things that happened this week, 911 had their finale, and I thought that they did a really good job. I like that Connie Britton's like with that hot dude from the show, and like he's like a young and like hot guy, and like they show him in the first episode, and he seems like an idiot and that you're never gonna like him, and then like he ends up with Connie Britton and they're so like cute together, and I love Connie Britton. So like it was just, I don't know, I have like a huge woman crush on her, so like that was nice seeing her with like the cute younger guy, and she like tames him a little bit, and I don't know, it was just funny to see. And then like with Angela Bassett's character, I don't want to get into too spoily categories, but with Angela Bassett and her character, and I just love the show, so that was good. And on Netflix, the Santa Clarita Diet came back, which I was super excited about. I was gonna do like a blog post on that, just reviewing like the first episode. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna binge watch this. I binge watched it last season. I'm not gonna do it this season. And I ended up watching every episode like yesterday, which is the same thing I did last year. So that was kind of funny that I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. But yeah, I liked the second season. I thought like it added a lot, but like they didn't like show everything, and I'm like scared it's not gonna get another season or something, and that we're gonna like end on this, like it was a good, like if the show just ended there, I think it was good enough. But yeah, it made me want to buy from Drew Barrymore's makeup line, because like I love Drew Barrymore. I think she's like, I don't know, I feel like she's like grown up so much like since she's done more things, and I think she's a good actress. I like pretty much most movies I've seen her in. I didn't like the one where she forgets everything and Adam Sandler's in it too, but I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, so maybe that's why. But yeah, that was a good show. So the first season, like I didn't think of it, even though it was like a zombie show, I didn't think it was like that gory. I thought like at times it even seemed like almost family friendly. It's like Dexter combined with like the Brady Bunch or something. It's just really good. And like it balances it out nicely enough. This season was a little bit more gory. She's more of an intense zombie now, and yeah, it's a little bit more. It's just a little bit more, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like last season, like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. The last season, I feel like the characters that she killed were maybe more sympathetic, and this season, like they're not. But you do see like something happens with one of the people that she killed last season, and yeah, that's just like a good, like it was a good like follow up. I think that they like followed everything through really well, and I think they did a good job with the second season. I liked how it ended and everything, and yeah, I was happy to watch. Clearly, I like watching it because I watch it all in one day, and I watched the first season all in one day before the second season came out, because I'm like, I forgot what happened in the first season because I watched it all in one day, and yeah, that's just what I did. And I've been rewatching The Office too, and I'm trying to like pick up on like the theories that like people have about different characters. Like there's a theory that like Toby is really the Scranton Strangler, and I think that that's like hilarious, and like the points that everybody's making really make sense with that being said. But I think a lot of people in Dunder Mifflin could have been the Scranton Strangler, and like I kind of want to like go into that. It's probably the guy that Toby accused and that he visited in prison and got strangled by, but yeah, I like that show. I like all the theories. I've done a blog debunking the theory that Jim had an affair on Pam. I don't think that that happened. The points that they made, like when I was reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, that definitely happened. But then I went and rewatched the last few episodes, and I'm like, no, I don't think that that happened. It just doesn't seem like that's what it was. But yeah, that's been good. I'm on season 2 now because I'm not watching like a lot. I watched Dwight's speech last night. That's not a great episode. Like that's probably the worst episode of season 2 so far, but most of them are really good. So yeah. And lastly, I want to talk about Shane Dawson because he's a YouTuber that I've watched since I've been watching YouTube pretty much. He's like the first person I subscribed to, I think, and like his videos at the time were kind of offensive, and even like a lot of them, like I kind of stopped watching him for a while because I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much. But I think he's definitely grown since those videos. So if you're only familiar with like his older videos, like that were like, comedy sketches and they were pretty offensive and they would cross the line sometimes, I think. But I think he's doing like his videos now, you can tell, are the videos that like he wants to be making. And he's really passionate about them and he's doing a great job. And it's just like it's almost like watching like a reality documentary show, but like he kind of like creates these like crazy scenarios, like if they go ghost hunting, or in this case, which is why I'm like specifically shouting Shane Dawson's channel out, even though I'm sure everybody knows about him. He like hired a baby to be his baby for the day, and it was really funny because like they're like about my age, Shane Dawson and like his group, his like entourage, or his squad, he says. They're all pretty much my same age, and it was just kind of funny, like, because I take care of a kid, like, my sister's baby. I watch her, like, pretty much every day. On weekdays, I watch her, like, often. So, like, I'm somebody experienced in babysitting and, like, taking care of a baby, and it was just funny to see them, like, not knowing what to do, and, like, it's their first time, like, doing all of this stuff, and it was really cute, it was really sweet, and, yeah, it was just so funny. Like, if you take care of a baby like a lot and you like know what to do, and then like you see somebody doing something that you know how to do badly, and they weren't doing it badly, but they didn't really know what to do, and they were like surprised at a lot of things. But it's just fun to watch. Like on the show Undercover Boss, they had this was like a while ago, a couple years ago, they had the CEO of a company that I used to work at, or at a store that I used to work at. He was the CEO of that company. Um, and he was doing like the same job that I did. And it was just so funny because like it was like a retail store. And when we would censor like the clothes and stuff, and he took so long doing that, and I'm like, that does not that doesn't take me that long. And like he wasn't like doing things that like I could do like right now, and I haven't worked at this store in years, and it was really funny. And yeah, I thought that was like an Undercover Boss type of funny moment for me, and I liked it a lot. So, like, I don't know, like, when to delete people from Facebook. Because, like, I have people that, like, I think we went to high school together, or, like, we met, like, one time from, like, a thing, and we maybe talked to each other for, like, 5 minutes, and I'm friends with them on Facebook still, and I'm like, I like this person. They post good things. I don't know if I should still be friends with them, because at this point, like, in my life, like, people are, like, getting engaged and getting married and, like, having babies, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should say something. I don't know if they know who I am, and I'm just like, hey, congratulations, and they're like, who is this girl? But, yeah, so I don't know. I feel like this is a weird time to have Facebook friends, and, like, if I should say something or not, so let me know what you think I should do in that scenario, because I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm just gonna sit here and look at these pictures of you like having a happy life, and I'm happy about it, even though I don't know who you are, but I'm like gonna be silently happy for you. Because I feel like it would be weird if I was vocally happy for you. So like I'm on Bumble currently, and like it's a dating app. It's kind of like Twitter, but or not Twitter. It's kind of like Tinder, but the girl talks first instead of the guy. And I've never been on Tinder, but like I don't know, I don't trust it, so I'm just on Bumble, and yeah, so like, but like I have some complaints because like every time I'm like on there, it seems like every guy I'm like, hey, this thing about you is interesting. Let's talk about that. Like, just that's basically me. I'm like typing it like I'm on a computer, but it's like a phone. So it's just like, hey, this thing about you is interesting. Let's talk about it. And then they're like, oh, actually, I don't do that thing anymore. I do this thing now. And it's like, oh, cool. And then it's like, I have nothing to talk about. And like, you didn't explain enough to me. Like, there's this one guy that he said his job, I'm gonna say something like random about his job. He said like he worked, I'll just say what it was. He said he was a carpenter. And I'm like, oh, you don't see that too much anymore. And he's like, actually, I'm not a carpenter anymore. And I was like, okay, cool. And he like said what his job is now. And I'm like, okay, so I don't know what to say about that. Be like, oh, that's super interesting. You couldn't have just like I'm glad that they're not like lying to me about their job or anything. I guess I should be happy about that. But it's just like so weird that like every guy is like you could notice like a small detail. They're like, "Oh, actually that's not me. That's my friend." Cool. Like I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what to say or how to vibe with you, so I'm just not going to talk to you. So, yeah, that's how that's going. um and what else? Oh, when I filmed this, the first time I filmed this, because I think I mentioned it in my vlog that I'm doing, that I may or may not post, but I didn't mention it here yet. I've filmed this like 2 other times before, and the first time I filmed it was like, I was gonna do like mukbang style, which like, if you don't know what that is, that's like an eating show. Like Trisha Paytas does those a lot. She's a big YouTuber. Like she has a lot of subscribers, and she does these eating shows where she'll just eat, and like they get a lot of views, and she doesn't really understand why people watch them, but like I watch them, and it's kind of like just like a talk show where she'll like talk about stuff, and she'll talk about the food, and she's eating it, she's making like the food noises, and you know, it's messy, and it's just kind of like, I watch it because like I think it's like very real, and I don't watch it all the time because I don't watch her videos all the time, but you know, I thought that was like kind of funny that like, I don't know, that like I tried to do it and I couldn't do it because like I was eating like pad thai, and I just like, I didn't have time to like film the video and eat my lunch, so, and I wanted to film it yesterday, and so I was just gonna do it like at the same time. I'm like, okay, I'll film a video and I'll eat my lunch. So, and like that didn't work out because like I was eating my lunch, and then like I was talking a lot, and like it was getting cold, and I'm like, okay, this is not working out for me. So then like I stopped filming. I was kind of like, I was prepared to have like a practice run at filming because like I didn't know like what I wanted to talk about in this, and you know, stuff like that. Like you never know what you're gonna say on camera, and I wanted to like, I feel like now I have it like kind of like panned out, and like when I edit it, it'll look all cool and it'll seem like a real talk show or something. But yeah, and I'm prepared for this to be bad too, because like I've been rambling for like 22 minutes at this point, and you know, I feel like this can be bad. Like this is the first episode. It's gonna change. I might do different segments. I might do different characters. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. But this is the first episode, and hopefully it gets better. But yeah, my attempt at a mukbang did not work because my pad thai was getting cold, and I had to reheat it then, and then it didn't work. So I would not recommend doing that if you like your food hot. So yeah, I think that's everything that I want to talk about in this. Yeah, this is everything I want to talk about in this like segment of the show, or in the whole show, because this isn't just a segment. So I hope you guys like this. Let me know your feedback of what I should do, what I should talk about, and yeah, I want to talk about like other YouTube-y things too, because YouTube's a weird place, and there's stuff going on all the time. So yeah, I'll talk about more YouTube-y things too, and more TV shows. This week there wasn't a lot of TV on, so that's why there's not a whole lot that I talked about as far as TV goes, but yeah. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.